Gundam style, welcome to Wow Cool Robot. My name is Phoenix, and I use they, them pronouns.
And I'm Max, and I use he, him pronouns. And we're back!
Yay!
They fucking Sunrise trying to keep us down, not showing an episode last week because of production issues. Uh-oh.
It actually was golf. Apparently, last weekend, there was a really big golf tournament in Japan. And I've been hearing from people who are into Kamen Rider that this is actually a fairly common problem. And I guess G-Witch is in a time slot where stuff like Kamen Rider or some other toku goes across Japan. So they ended up having to do that recap episode in case the golf game ended up going overtime.
Very sad.
Another reason to hate golf.
Yeah, you know what? Golf needs to be relegated to video games only. I'll play Mario Golf. I'll be my friend Peter Piranha and smack the ball with my hand, because that's how you play golf when you're a giant plant.
I guess that's kind of what Birdie Wing is about. I don't know. I haven't watched that show. I just know that both Amuro and Char's voice actors are in it. So,
You know what I learned recently? I guess it's been 3 weeks since I saw the One Piece Red movie lately, speaking of Char's voice actor. I didn't know that motherfucker is Red Hair Shanks.
Wow, he really is everywhere. I mean, I know he is also in Kingdom Hearts as Marluxia. So if you end up looking into the Japanese voice actors, suddenly having Leonard Nimoy and Mark
Lance Bass.
Mark.
He was Sephiroth in the first one.
Oh yeah, I forgot. He actually, considering some of the stuff that he went through when he was in that boy band, I think he actually is kind of qualified to play Sephiroth from just right from a method acting perspective.
Yeah, shit. Shuichi Ikeda really did fucking voice Marluxia. Oh my god.
Yeah, he did. And also it's okay, so they basically have a dude from every single big sci-fi franchise. So having Mark Hamill and Leonard Nimoy be in Kingdom Hearts, it makes sense, and it's just it makes sense. But at least Marluxia actually cares about his little sister, so progress was made.
Ba-da-ba.
But speaking of progress anyway, let's get this episode on the road. I do not have a funny bit this week. I'm still very proud of the vampire bit, and I'm kind of really amazed that I was able to keep that up for as long as I did. But anyway, Mobile Suit Gundam, The Witch from Mercury, Episode 6. A gloomy song. Prospera meets with Belmira Winston, a pale engineer and Elon's handler, also an apparent witch, as they trade words in reference to an incident with the Vanitas Institute and a 21-year-long grudge. Ghoul gets evicted from Jaturk House, and his half-brother Lalda Nell becomes the new head. Mika and the rest of Earth House build Ariel the Mirasol flight unit to allow it to compete with Elan's Farak. Suletta and Elan duel outside the front, with Ariel at stake if Suletta wins. Elan has to tell her about himself. She does end up winning after her gun bits exhibit a concerning level of power and appear to Elan as laughing children. I guess, don't really look too deeply into that symbolism there. That stuff is freaky, man. After the duel, Elon tells her that he remembers having a birthday, and Suletta reminds him that he still does, but unfortunately he actually doesn't, as Pale deems him useless and incinerates him as he sings happy birthday to himself, and then he and then they end up sending out another Elon clone, maybe, because because apparently the real Elon exists and is a huge douchebag, and he's too much of a douchebag to go to this school.
He's Elon Prime. Yeah, this is the show is going so many crazy places, and we're like a quarter of the way through.
It's I mean, that kid, I know that it is wrong, and I know we would kind of be falling into a little bit of a trap because this is a Gundam show after all. But I gotta say, for the first time, the kid in Gundam actually has a punchable face. That dude, he is just so smarmy. I hate him.
Now, are you talking about Elon from Gundam? Or are you talking about Elon Musk? Hey!
I mean, I think I could probably actually, I'm pretty sure I actually have 20 pounds on Elan. I'm pretty sure I could beat that little, I could beat that little brat in a fight.
I dare say I could take most high schoolers in a fight.
Yeah, I could probably fight that little brat. But
it's being in space. It makes your bones long, frail. I don't know.
It's like osteoporosis. You have to exercise 2 hours a day in order to keep it from happening to you. It's
that's what
you have to astronauts are up there in space constantly pumping iron.
Yeah, I mean that's what Quattro is talking about, being weighed down by Earth's gravity. It's just osteoporosis. Oops, drink your milk. So this one, the first thing that I want to touch on with this episode here, is okay. So we've seen the prologue. We talked about the prologue. We know the prologue happened at some point in time, and a lot of what the show is starting to hint to us is that, hey, maybe the current time at the show is a bit farther away than the prologue.
That would be believable with how Delling has aged. It's it has definitely not been Aerie
12 years.
Or it hasn't been 12 years unless it's I don't know, I guess he was really, unless he ended up really, really slipping with his Botox routine.
Yeah, he ate too much permit. But so this is a thing, right? Belmeria, who knows about Vanadis, or was part of Vanadis, or maybe was just part of Ox Earth, she knows Prospera. Belmeria, she's the handler that we've seen before. Elon says her full name is Belmeria Winston. That's how we know. So, but she's Bell, is what Prospera calls her.
Oh my god, the dude from Overwatch. I really like that guy. I miss him. I miss them all so much.
You ever see that fucking Tumblr post? It's just a photo of a gorilla in a zoo, and the comments y'all, I don't even play Overwatch, but I screamed.
I really missed that game. I was 2016, that was probably one of the peaks of my life, and with everything that's happened since then, we are never getting that energy back.
You can never go back. Very sad.
I am still super bummed about it. But yeah, it might have been a lot longer out than we thought. But then that starts getting into the whole oh, Aerie is in Ariel, and her and Suletta are two different people. And it's I mean, I get people to theorize about things, but I kind of think a lot of people who are going along with the Airy is aerial theory. I think they kind of don't really get like what kind of show they're getting into. Like for Gundam, you do not really need to come up with a really, really edgy theory like that in order to make the show like serious. Like,
well, at the same time, so what I that's like kind of the prevailing Reddit theory. I say Reddit because I like to punish myself on a spiritual level by going to the Gundam subreddit and just seeing like the most rancid takes day after day. It keeps my soul strong.
it's like, I mean, they only have like 4 jokes on there. It's like,
It's like double
are
Zeta
y'all
bad.
okay? Like, people of the Gundam subreddit, are you okay? Like, do you need help?
No. Yes. It's like, yeah, their 4 jokes are double Zeta bad, bright slap, fucking Setsuna is Gundam, and fuck, what's a funny 4th one?
Like,
There's a 4th one somewhere. I can't think of it.
like it's oh yeah, it's it is Char 3 times like that.
Right. Yeah, it's red. It's red now, you see. Taylor Swift.
It's like it's red. It's like, guys, like, do you need help? Like, I
They're
can
on
like
Reddit, so yes.
I can like call somebody. Like, I know a therapist. Like, y'all need help. Like, I kind of also think that whoever is in charge of the Gundam wiki also needs serious help.
I don't think anyone's in charge of the Gundam wiki because it's like it's either very, very detailed or so sparse that you can't find like any information on it.
They don't even have like, for like the stereotypical like the other type of wow cool robot Gundam fan, they don't even have that information on there. Like, you cannot look the mechs up by like who designed them. It's like, it is a mess.
It's like buried under so many. It's a mess. But anyway, we're getting away from it. The main thing is like that Reddit theory is Suletta's a clone. All the Gund bits are failed children clones, and Ares and Ariel. What I think is maybe at this point the most likely thing, given what we know about the show so far. I think the most likely like eventuality of what would happen is that Suletta is literally Aries' younger sister, and it wouldn't surprise me if Aerie actually is part of the AI inside Ariel. Like, we've seen that shit before. We saw it with the blonde girl from Narrative got ghosted inside the Fennex. I know that also happened with, like, I think Blue Destiny in early UC. Like, that's a thing.
I don't really know what Blue Destiny is, but apparently I did a generator for like come up with your own Gundam, and basically my Gundam got that inside of it, but like every single other thing that was also describing that Gundam I got from that random Gundam generator, it made it kind of seem like a UC-ified version of the Wing Zero. So like, I actually do think that that randomly generated Gundam was pretty cool, and I still need to draw it.
But I'm very intrigued to see where the show's going to go with this, because what it boils down to is, I thought the Vanities Institute incident was 12 years ago, because Aerie turned 4 and Suletta's 16, but it seems like it was 21 years ago, so what the fuck happened in those 9 years that, like, we can't account for?
Yeah, but who knows? Maybe they're talking about a completely different incident from that one.
That's also pretty likely.
Bigger. I mean, I get it, like, all the clones are, like, children that, like, Prospera killed for that. It's like, bro, like, we all know we all know that, like, play exists. Like, take a number, like, this isn't new, y'all.
So, well, another thing about that, and you know what, I like this is a fun way of doing this episode. We're just kind of jumping around to what we want to talk about. It's jazz. All of the things with the gun bits appearing as little floating kid silhouettes, like the ending of Mass Effect 3, that was all Elon's viewpoint, and I don't think Suletta actually saw them that way.
I
So,
don't I don't even think that like anybody in the entirety of people who've come up with that theory, like I do not think anybody has brought up that that was all from Elon's viewpoint. And
mm-hmm.
like I do not know just how like objective you can be. And it's like I know he's like a cyber new type and they're not exactly the most reliable people, so
Right. And we're certainly not going to know anything more about him. It's it intrigues me. It greatly intrigues me. I mean, we get more references to kind of the sort of obligatory UC psycho frame resonance when Permet clearly interacts with each other.
I'm still not really sure like what exactly permit is supposed to be like. Is it like fancy magic space crystal, or is it going to be like something else? Because like I have crystals and I'm pretty sure none of them would be able to like if you like charge them under the moon, I'm pretty sure none of them would be able to like trap child ghosts in them to be used as like flinging themselves around at people. Like I'm pretty sure that just by like throwing one at somebody could hurt them, but like they would just do that on their own because they're like ghosts.
Right. I just want to see Suletta grab the gun bit and just start fucking chucking them.
Yeah, just like I mean, she learned it from her mom, like when she yeeted her arm at that dude.
That's true. She did the rocket punch.
It's like special Mercury family technique.
It's the Mercury secret technique. You so, but I think we talked about it before. Permet is a mineral. We know that because at one point Suletta mentions, maybe Prospera even mentions that like the reason Mercury got put on the map in the first place is because they mined for permit there, but it's kind of backwater now because they can mine for permit on the moon. So clearly permit is some type of mineral. That is like the red glowing bits, not like floating bits. That is the red glowing stuff inside the Gundams. We only really see it with the Feract and with the Ariel because those are the only Gundams in the show. But that's that red glow. And when they talk about permit score, I don't know exactly what that would be. I'm guessing.
I don't know either. It's like, I mean, I've done my research on like crystal stuff, and like, I guess they're not basing this on anything I know about witchcraft, but like, the thing is, again, just like this sort of episode where we're just like going in and out about theories, it's like,
yeah, we're just chilling.
Jazz, man.
It's jazz. Yeah, I don't know. We're like a quarter of the way through. There is still plenty more to be revealed, and I'm very excited.
Like Gundam and jazz do go together.
That's so true. I can't wait to watch Thunderbolt.
Yeah, same here.
But
Let's
see.
Anyway, what about Ghoul?
He did get evicted, and he is living in the woods on campus. Very funny.
It is. It's like that is just like so funny, and like I know it's like this is like the sad scene, but like after the duel when Suletta is waiting for Elon to come on that park bench when he is basically busy getting disintegrated. Mm-hmm. And Suletta is waiting for him.
He gets put in a Tesla and it catches on fire.
Yeah, like waiting for him so he can come and they could have like that little date and she could learn more about him. If you actually take a look into the forest across from the field, you can actually see Ghoul's tiny little tent set up.
I will say, when I rewatched the episode, I paused on that frame and I looked. I couldn't find that tent anywhere. So I don't know
I
if what was going around was a Photoshop or what, because I could
I
not
don't know.
find that shit.
I don't know either, but it's like I'm really happy for I'm really happy that Ghoul is getting some character growth and he's not like hopefully he will become less of a jet jerk over the
He's
course.
chilling in the woods. He has his Final Fantasy 15 Coleman branded camping gear. He's living his best life. He's in his lane and
I
he's thriving.
mean, I've seen like a couple weeks ago, like right after this episode aired, like a lot of people would have been like talking about how like it would be really cool if for like his redemption arc, he was like, you know what? Fuck this. Fuck all of you. Y'all are bad. Like, thank you for kicking me out. I'm going to go over to the Earth House people because they're not treating me like garbage. They're not treating me like garbage that I am who I am constantly having to prove myself to. And it's like it would be cool if he had like a redemption arc. And I'm
Yeah.
still praying for Gulja Turk's awesome fun camping trip redemption arc. Like,
Yeah, he's getting better.
yeah, it's like I am like maybe I'll actually be proud. Who knows? Maybe I'll be proud of you someday, but we
I've
still
been proud of him since day one, for the record.
yeah, like I mean like proud of him without a hint of irony. But
Right, sure, yeah. Okay, that's fair.
yeah, it's like anyway, I guess we've covered that part of the episode. Can we
Do you want to
like
talk
we talked,
about. You go.
talked about best boy, how about worst boy again?
Yeah, real Elon. This
Yeah,
guy's a creep.
yeah,
He-
it's like I mean and it's like, dude, like, why are you sending your clone to school for you? It's like, I mean, like, what? Like, you're not going to learn by sending your clone in your place. It's like, could you like tell me what like the square root of 129 is or something? Like, what was the Battle of Gettysburg about?
Right.
Can you diagram this sentence for me, sir? Like, you need to go to fucking school instead of just like hanging out with that bunch of
I
weirdos.
mean, we've seen that the purpose of this school is absolutely not to get an education. It's all fucking building relationships for future businesses. But what intrigues me, first of all, the Elon that got burned up in a Tesla was Elon 4. So they were three I maybe two Elons if we're counting. No, because he was enhanced person number 4. So yeah, there were 3 fake Elons before him. Clearly the purpose, there's a reason why Elon has to be at the school as like the heir to
But
Pale
it's like,
House or whatever.
like, but he's just like ditching school so he can like, I don't know, watch reruns of Keeping Up with the Kardashians
Yeah,
and
he's watching
play.
All My Children.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, like, dude, like, what? Are you scared that you might, like, meet somebody else who doesn't agree with you?
It's not that for me, because clearly he's very collected, he's very charming and suave, and he's up to some shit for sure.
Like, I mean, like, again, I want to punch that kid so bad. Like, he actually seems punchable. I do not know if there has been a child in Gundam this punchable before. I am not counting Riddy because I think like Riddy was an adult, but like I also
I think
really
he's like
want to punch
21.
Riddy.
That guy fucking sucks. I wonder. Okay, so what about what if the reason all these fake alarms are going around, we know that they're being tested under Pale to kind of become like the perfect Gundam pilots. I wonder if they're being tested basically so they can find a way for a human, aka the real Elan Prime, if you will, to be able to pilot a Gundam without getting like completely obliterated by the data storm.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm wondering. I'm thinking.
Like, I think we've actually thought this out more than like what I
More
said.
than anything on Reddit?
Yeah, yeah. You do not need to come up with an ashes in a coma theory for Gundam, y'all.
Elan has been 10 years old since the very beginning, as all of it's taken place over the course of a year, and he finally defeated Charizard.
His babies are all hallucinations because of his neglectful parents. And yeah, or like, oh, like this is all happening within like 5 minutes as he's freezing to death, or it's all contained inside that one little snow globe or whatever.
Mm-hmm. That was just... No, that wasn't the Grinch. What the fuck was the Snow Globe one?
That was Saint Elsewhere, and it turns
Right.
because of just like all the crossovers that have been like involved in like a big like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. It's like 90% of American television shows have taken place inside that random snow globe that that little kid had.
Yeah, and they're all in Super Smash Brothers now.
I mean, I guess like this is the part where like I am going to go off on my thing about like people who like get way too into coming up with like theories about stuff. It's like I do like it. It can be fun, but sometimes like y'all are treating this like it's your job, and you are not Matt Pat. Like, this is not your job to just come up with theories.
Now, to be fair, Matt Pat's a fucking terrible example of that.
Yeah, but it's like I was just saying that because that is his job. Like, y'all
That's yeah.
Like, they are acting like that is their job, but it's not. It's like they are just taking all of this stuff way too seriously, and it's like that Animaniacs bit about like the Get a Life Society, and it's like I mean like sometimes it's just like y'all are just taking this way too seriously, and
It's a thin line.
It just takes the fun out of coming up with stuff. And it's like, this is also how you get like stuff like, I think it was like Westworld or whatever.
Oh my god. I mean, that was...
Yeah, it's like they ended up like changing like an entire show that had already been like done because it's like, holy shit, everybody on Reddit again figured this out, so we have to like beat Reddit and beat the theorizers, and it just ends up like sometimes it's like they treat it like it's their job, or the people coming up with the theories are treating it as a competition with the showrunners and show organizers. Like, that was when it's just like, bruh, it's like you picked up on you didn't come up, your theory wasn't right, you just picked up on the foreshadowing, like, bruh.
I mean, that's the Westworld thing. That was definitely on the writers, because I would like if I'm a writer, and I'm not a writer, but if I was a writer and someone was able to figure out where my work was going based on clues I had left in, I'd be proud. I'd be like, hell yeah, you fucking did it, congratulations.
You picked up on my foreshadowing, but then it's like it just seems really combative for no reason at all.
I think where I fall on the whole theory thing, I mean, I am for people making these series and people, thinking about and really dwelling in the space of the show. I do think there is a very like thin, blurred line to kind of cross where it feels like some people are making these things up for the sake of like trying to add depth that doesn't necessarily need to be there, or making themes seem like way too dark, way too fast. Like again,
Yeah,
the whole like, oh, failed clones. She's like, she's a cryo sleep. There's certain things that I kind of, they smack to me a little disingenuous and just trying to like be
it's like
like gritty sci-fi for its own sake.
this is Gundam. You don't even need to come up with that for this. But again, it's like oh, he's been in a coma for 10 years, oh, like that one for Adventure Time that was literally identical to the Ash Ketchum one.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like I'm very eager to see where the show goes, and I do hope to see more theories on Reddit, but it does feel like everyone is, I don't know. I feel like I haven't seen many theories that I've read and been like, "Wow, that's really interesting." I think also cuz like a lot of what I see is like, and I'm not going to get into any details of this, but I see all these like One Piece theories on Reddit, and a lot of it is just like, you have too much time on your hands trying to make all these connections that probably aren't there in the first place. Now, to be fair, that's based on like over 1,000 chapters of manga and not like 6 episodes of a TV show. So there's a lot more to kind of grasp at there. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess what it boils down to is I get it, but I'm not really like the theorizing type myself.
Yeah.
It's fun to talk about.
Yeah, like I'm more into like random headcanons that it's definitely never going to be proven in the show or like confirmed at all. Like I just like random headcanons just based on vibes. Like Muriel Rembrandt really likes listening to Taylor Swift, but if you called her a Swiftie, she probably would give you the stare.
Mm-hmm. That's so fucking valid of her. I also love Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
It's been a burden of mine my whole life.
Yeah, but it's like I kind of feel a little bit awkward interacting with her current fandom because it's like I am pretty sure that I have been listening to Taylor Swift music for longer than a lot of you have even been alive, and then I just end up feeling really awkward.
Oh, Phoenix, when I tell you that literally happened to me, it was like, I think last year, and I was at a beach house with my family, and one of my cousin's kids was there, and I think she was like 14, and she was talking to me about Taylor Swift, and I'm like, I have been literally listening to her longer than you've been on this planet, and that's kind of weird to me, because I feel old as hell now.
It's like, I mean, like I was there I remember her when she was a country singer, and
right, yeah, the self-titled album, Teardrops on My Guitar,
yeah,
Picture to Burn.
I guess a lot of it might have been like they would play her a lot on the country radio on the bus when I would be going to and from school in like middle school, and like it was like late 2000s country music, so like the whole 9/11ing had happened.
Yep.
It was like she was a relief in a sea of like the Toby Keith ass boot song.
Yeah, God, fucking, we can't get into a country music rabbit hole here. We'll be here all night. Is there anything else, like major kind of things from this episode that we want to touch on?
Earth House is rebuilding Ariel and like
the flight unit, that's right. I pre-ordered that thing.
It's really cute. Like it's really cute. Like I love a backpack. Like I love a
backpack for her applesauce.
Yeah, it's like I actually like normally I'm a shoe person, but lately it's like I've been looking more into like handbags and stuff, and like backpacks fall under that. Yeah. And currently I have one that is shaped like I currently have one that's like a Hello Kitty that I ordered, and I'm planning on making her like a little outfit, so it's like the little Hello Kitty Gundam.
Oh fuck yeah! I have the Hello Kitty Gundam kit in real life.
Yeah, like I haven't been able to find it in stores, so I guess like doing this is the next best thing, and I need to get rid of some fabric scraps anyway, and I'm feeling crafty, so I'm making a Hello Kitty Gundam backpack.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there's not much to say with that. They rebuild it out of scrap, and they get their money back by betting on Suletta winning the duel with Elan.
It's like, congratulations, hello, Ojello. You finally got a W. Can we get a round of applause for that?
Right. Hey, also, I don't know if we talked about this. We might have, or maybe it was just in the Discord. Ojello's fucking voice actor is Ken, who voiced Yuki Judai in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, the main character.
Wow.
Which is kind of completely batshit wild to me. It's really cool. It's really funny. I'm so glad that I figured that out.
I kind of like all I remember about that show because I was into Yu-Gi-Oh a lot when I was like a kid, but that was like the classic Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah,
And
Duel Monsters,
I kind
sure.
of stopped doing like the ancient Egypt stuff because I was also like I ended up getting into Yu-Gi-Oh because I was like that kid in class who was absolutely obsessed with the ancient Egypt unit in like third grade. And that is how I got into Yu-Gi-Oh! And then the second they started getting away from it, I kind of dropped it because it was like, okay, the ancient Egypt stuff is gone. Like that's that's what was my draw. And
Yeah, sure.
as my brother would watch that abridged series clip on YouTube
Yeah.
where they were just saying card games on motorcycles, and it was like this was sort of like this was like the this was like the late Audi's version of an iPad kid, but he would just watch that video on repeat for hours. He was like he was the 2000s version of an iPad baby. That's what he would do. And that is the only thing I know about Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. But congratulations on the W.
Good fucking show. Let's see. There's not much else for this episode. I mean, the main other thing is every time we hear someone sing happy birthday now, we kind of have to brace for tragedy to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we should, like, in real life, I don't know, move on to, like, the one that they used to do at TGI Fridays to prevent, like,
I was gonna say, they gotta do the restaurant birthday.
We need to start you, or maybe include the Scooby-Doo on Channel 2 part, because I guess, like, they're never going to be able to say Scooby-Doo in a Gundam show, so
That's right. We have to. That's how we do it. That's how we save it. We get it on the copyright.
Do the Scooby-Doo part, or like in Scooby-Doo on Channel 2. And I remember like in class, like somebody had come up with verses for that part all the way up until like Channel 15.
Oh my god, I would if I was like at a party and it was my birthday and someone was singing that and they kept going for that long, I would like have to jump out a window or like leave the room or something. I would not be able to handle that. Like, oh my god, no way, no way,
Yeah, it's like my dad is also kind of like why is it he likes to try to like keep time by like clapping, and he's like, why does everybody sing happy birthday so slowly? It's supposed to
yeah.
song, so it's like he like claps and tries to do like give us like a click track to sing to, but it's like I always just end up getting distracted because it's just like he's clapping really off beat, and it's just like he's clapping like fast.
That's what I'm gonna do. Next birthday, I'm gonna put a 5-second timer, and I'm gonna be like, all right, y'all, sing that song real fast. Let's go.
I mean, it's like, dude, like savor the experience, like live in the moment, and like don't be like weirdly like I know it's like your birthday and you're like king for a day or whatever, but it's like come on, just like savor the experience, like be like just like be happy and don't like be weird about like be weird and turn into a metronome.
Yeah, that's our wisdom for this episode. If be normal on your birthday unless you're gonna get exploded in a Tesla like what happened to you. Very sad.
Yeah, like say the Scooby-Doo part. Sunrise does not have the rights to say
Uh-huh.
Scooby-Doo. Say, sing the Scooby-Doo part and you'll be safe.
Exactly. That is episode 6's final piece of wisdom to you, the listener.
Indeed.
So now, I reckon let's move on to Gundam G-Witch, episode 7, Shall We Gundam? The Pale CEOs reveal to Grassley that the Ferract is indeed a Gundam, and they appear to be planning together to dig up some sort of dirt on Delling. Suletta, still worrying about Elan, gets an invitation to an incubation party and decides to attend, thinking Elan must be there. She takes Miorine, Nika, and Martin with her, and does end up running into Elan, the real Elan. He brings her to the stage where the Pale CEOs present her to the crowd and grill her about Ariel before revealing that Ariel is indeed a Gundam. Thinking that this will get both the Ariel and Shinsei buried, Miorine proposes a new business to the crowd, proposing to merge Pale and Shinsei's development groups together to create Gundarm Inc., with the express purpose of protecting human life. When Miorine throws away her pride and asks Delling to pledge to fund her business, the entire room joins in and her company is successfully founded. Afterwards, Suletta meets up with Prospera and asks her if Ariel really is a Gundam. Of course, Ariel is a Gundam! Waka waka.
Da-da.
That part was so fucking funny.
Stonks.
It's Stonks! This is just the Stonks episode.
Yeah, it's like I came here expecting prom, but I got stonks.
I fucked up. I went to the business school prom. Oh, this sucks. Yeah, shit, there's a lot here. One little thing before we get into the more meat of it. In that one scene when they go to the party and you see like the mobile suits just kind of like standing there. It's like an auto show almost. It's kind of like showing off merchandise. There is one of the demi trainers there. It's like dark blue and it has this kind of like neon accent to it. That is a kit.
Yeah, like the Yosobi, they're like the people who came up with the theme song, and
you can buy this demi trainer. It's so cool that they put a little cameo in the show.
If you saw like that performance that Lil Nas X did at the League of Legends World Finals with like the projectors and like the holograms, I guess like if Yosobi ever does it, they could actually have their giant robot on
that would be
sick with them as like a giant projection. It's like he had like Lil Nas X was doing the thing where he was standing in the giant robot's hands when he was performing, and it's like I am always a sucker for tiny persons standing inside giant mech hand. Like I love it.
It's so good. That's a cute little cameo. So let's see. What are the main things of this episode? Obviously Gundams. Everything's a Gundam. The Ferract is a Gundam. The Ariel's a Gundam. We knew it because we saw I pre-ordered the kits and they called them Gundams, so I knew. But now it's like very obvious. I gotta wonder what this is going to mean for the direction of the show. I really, really like that basically what is happening is that Delling is accepting Gundams. Everyone's accepting Gundams. So instead of Gundam, oh God, I'm going to get fucking tongue-tied saying Gundam all the time. It's like everything's going to be Gundams now. Like, it's basically allowed. I mean, Delling himself.
Gundam, he Gundam, she Gundam, we Gundam.
Are there any other Gundams I should know about? Hey, Gary has a G just like Gundam.
Yeah.
Gary Gundam.
Yeah. My dad, I think this is another bit that he thinks is funnier than it actually is, but he likes to call Hideaki Anno Gary Gainax.
Gary Gainax is pretty fucking good.
The dude who created Dungeons and Dragons was like, Dad, like, he has a name. And it's like, this is another thing. Again, like the happy birthday thing that you think is more funny than it actually is.
I don't know. Gary Gainax is really fucking choice. That's fucking good.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But I wonder, like, Gundam's allowed now. We legalized Gundam. Yeah, congratulations.
Like we legalized like gay weed Gundam. You can protect your gay marijuana plants with Gundams now. like certainly more snazzy than AR-15s, and it's like I can actually get behind this version of that old chestnut.
It's like that's the thing. It feels like fucking Syndrome Incredible's voice when everything is a Gundam, nothing is. But at the same time, this is like you realize and you think of this from a kind of business perspective within the realm of the show. Shit, that's a really good idea because now all of this permit is going to be the demand for permit is going to go through the roof. This is like going to be good for Mercury. This is going to be good for everyone making money off of this shit.
It's going to be like a permit rush.
It is the great permit rush of 2852, or I guess whatever the fuck, Ad Stella 160.
Whatever.
Yeah, but like it's really interesting the way they kind of leverage it, and I guess the original plan here was for Delling to be like, nah, fuck that, it's a Gundam, burn it, burn Shinsei, get rid of the Pale's Gundam, get rid of Ariel.
Like, but then it's like meh.
Meh. Yeah, well, so also though, it's surprising that Delling
is okay.
Signed on for this.
Yeah,
first of all,
it's like I mean, like a bazillion Gundam monies.
Because he signs Miorine's thing. He's like, the curse is a heavier burden to bear than you think. I gotta wonder. And here I am going off on theories, but I haven't seen this theory yet. Maybe just because I haven't engaged with that much. I wonder if the reason he hates Gundams is maybe his wife got killed by Gundam.
I don't think I've ever...
Maybe his wife got slurped up by permit.
It is so, like, obvious, but then it's just like, we're going into the exact same thing we have been doing for, like, 20 years on the internet, and it's like... even though, like, this one is still, like, pretty trite as it goes, it's like, I can't believe that people haven't come up with, like, the painfully obvious thing. It's, like, right in front of their faces. It's, like...
And like, he ends up signing on to Miorine's business because, Miorine reminds him too much of his dead wife that got slurped up into a Gundam. Like, I don't know. Because we see it, this very tiny little snippet, like, when Miorine's talking to Prospera, she, like, kind of flashes back to herself as a kid at her mother's funeral, like, watching Delling walk away from the cathedral. Like, I don't know. I don't know what it could be, but, like, he's... First and foremost, I feel like Delling is a shrewd business person, so the fact that he's signing on to this means, if nothing else, he knows he can make money off of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's not doing it like completely selflessly. Like, he's doing it because he knows he has something to gain from it. I'm wondering if there's more than just, I can make $1 trillion Gundam bucks with permit mines.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Also, it's like in that scene where like the pale ladies are like going and like talking about like, oh, it's a Gundam, like we have Gundams now. It's like the like stage they're on, it turns into like that Danganronpa. Like,
yes, that is so fucking fun. What is this insane press conference where there's like...
It's like, I have never... Like, I mean, I know that, like, people are they do, like, go all out at, like, I mean, is this, like, an E3 presentation or something?
Right, exactly.
It's like, is this prom, is this boring business party number 5,008,047? Is this E3? Like, what is this weird party? It's like, I also did really come here expecting... I really did come here expecting prom, and instead I got stonks.
It's like, okay, they're on that stage. The one middle part of the stage rising up, I can get that, sure. The fact that there's, like, another part of the stage that rises up even higher, and then they have these, like, fucking sinister red lights ready to go when they're like, by the way, the Ariels are gonna... What the fuck kind of place is this? This is wild.
What are you people... Like you people are interesting. It's like you guys like are they about to like have a like Pokemon battle? Yu-Gi-Oh! Do Bakugan?
It's like it's Shark Tank. This entire thing is just like crowdfunding Shark Tank, basically.
Yeah,
They even have the fucking confetti and pyrotechnics that go off when a company's founded.
yeah, and it's like, I mean, like everybody's going and buying in on stonks.
Mm-hmm.
Like Maureen is like true girl boss. Like
God,
she
she's so
like
fucking sick.
pure, like she is like pure girl boss. Like not like like actual like bona fide girl boss. Like
I mean, literally, because she is now the boss of her own company.
yeah, it's like she is probably like the first action. Oh wait, no, there's like that Martha lady or
She's
whatever.
the second. She's the second most ethical teen CEO behind Seto Kaiba.
Yeah, it's like don't like
It stonks. So what I quite liked about all that, because there's that part where she meets with Prospera earlier, and Prospera like fucking grips her hand and like it's like, oh damn, why do you hate your dad? Don't you know that if you marry my daughter, like I have to be friends with your dad, and you got to have a good relationship with him. And she, funny enough, she does kind of give her this lesson in privilege of like, yeah, you hate your dad, but like you got to realize that literally everything that got you to this place was the privilege of having that creep as your father. You have to kind of realize that and like come to terms with it. And Mireen's like, oh shit, fuck, goddamn, I gotta swallow my pride.
and then it's like
Thank you, new mom.
like Silana like dropping all of those like all of those like cups and like breaking stuff, and I think that's when like Shadiq comes in.
Yeah, so Shadiq definitely has some kind of history with Mireen.
Yeah,
like he mentions that
like,
she's changed.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, like he's kind of been like on the sidelines, and I guess like that's like his whole point. But I know that like in like all that promotional material, he also
has a mobile suit.
Own mobile suit, and I think like that silhouette showed up in the like it's
in the opening.
The opening, and it has like his silhouette, his mobile suit in silhouette now.
It's not. You see it. It has like a cool glowing claw looking thing. It's called the Michaelis. It's not a Gundam. We know it's not a Gundam because it doesn't say it's a Gundam. Therefore, I take everything at face value because I have the media literacy of a 5-year-old. But yeah, we really haven't gotten any Shadiq yet because we've seen a ton of Guel, a ton of Elon, and he's dead now forever, and obviously a lot of Suletta.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, like Suletta, like I'm not sure if that was like Elan Prime or Elan 5.
No, it was definitely Elan Prime because they talk about how Elan 5 isn't ready yet.
Yeah. Also, did you like notice that Elan Prime does not have his ears pierced? Like he doesn't have the earrings.
I thought, really?
Yeah, he doesn't have the earrings, and it's like it's really weird. Like, why does his clone have that? But like he does, like. I'm not sure if he has his ears pierced or not, but like
I thought his ears he has different earrings, I think. He has these kind of like long feathery looking things in like clone Elon. I think the real Elon has just like 2 little like rings on either lobe, if I remember correctly.
I don't know.
They're different earrings.
Like maybe it was his hair, like I don't know. Like I don't really, but like again, I still want to punch that dude.
Oh yeah, he's still a fucking prick. Absolutely.
Yeah,
because he God, I love going back to the part where Suletta has to be put on the fucking like Danganronpa execution platform. When Alana's like, what? It's a Gundam? But Pale CEO, you can't destroy... Like, he's doing such a terrible job of being, like, a shitty, surprised actor. It's very endearing to me.
Probably...
It's
definitely was not in drama club at this school.
Well, I mean, hey, we know he doesn't go to school.
It's like he is just watching reruns of All My Children and playing Mario. It's like
he stays home from school every day so he can watch every episode of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives.
Yeah.
He knows how to beat Bobby Flay now because he's seen it at like daytime Food Network TV.
Like I can beat Bobby. Like I can beat Bobby Flay. Like I swear, I have like I know how to like iron. Like I could probably beat Iron Chef. I could probably become the Iron Chef. Like yeah,
the Permet Chef. That's what we're using now.
Yeah, like that's going to be the new thing when I take over. Like,
Yeah.
he just watches so much daytime TV. He's like, also like those weird, like forgotten, like Cartoon Network cartoons that like only like 6 people remember. Like, or like, I guess if it's like these days, it's just like he probably has like Teen Titans Go memorized because that's all Cartoon Network plays now.
He has seen every episode of The Pioneer Woman. Yeah, shit. Like it's a lot happens here. And I feel like I have a lot fewer notes in this one. But oh god, what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? We get more mention of the Vanadis Nuts Institute incident from 21 years ago. So again, I thought it was 12. Clearly it's longer than that. Something's very fucky with the timeline here.
Maybe they are remembering wrong because of like Gundam brain, and they just flipped the number around, and it actually was 12 years ago.
Yeah, they just have been saying the numbers in the wrong order.
Yeah, the entire time.
There's a really funny Mirin line. It's when Prosper's talking to her about the Vanadis. Fuck, it's hard to say. The Vanadis incident. And Mirin's like, oh, our generation knows nothing of Gundam. So true, bestie. I go on Reddit, I know.
It's like, I mean, you people are hopeless on there. Like, do y'all, again, like, Reddit, do you need help? I can get you help. You're worrying me.
See, the main thing, what I'm wondering going forward from this episode. So Gundam is legal. We know that. Great. Mirin is going to be the head of this whole Gundam Incorporated thing, but it's pronounced Gundam. It's Gandamu, the same way in, as you say, the Gundam in Japanese. But if this show does a time skip of sorts or what, like, because she's talking about how this is going to be like a humanitarian company with the express purpose of protecting human life. I gotta wonder, we gotta sell toys too, so they gotta definitely make more cool shit for the Ariel to use. I feel like there's a conflict of interest here.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, you go, girl boss, but like, I really, really hope this doesn't end up as like a Theranos thing. Like, I mean, this is my base. Like, if like we're going to go and just like throw off like wild theories just for the sake of it, Mirin is evil. I don't know why. I don't even particularly feel strongly about it. Like, this is just a theory that, like, I don't know, whatever. Like, Mirin is evil or whatever.
Yeah, take my Reddit gold. Cogent theory.
Yeah, like, put like that little like dude that's put like that little seal at the top of my post. Like, Mirin is evil. Like, yeah.
You get 5 Reddit gold. Fucking my theory is that Delling is actually Suletta's dad. Oh fuck. I don't.
Anime. God damn it,
anime. But again, I mean, if fucking Nikan Inara is able to build the Mirasol flight unit in Earth House with a box of scraps, and like that worked totally fine last episode, like what the fuck is Gundam gonna manufacture?
Yeah, like they get like the Earth House girlies in on it. Like, this is going, like, if this doesn't go with like my baseless half-hearted theory, like, I mean, I'm kind of excited for you, and I am so happy for my little business lady.
My theory is that we're gonna get a new transfer student next episode, and her name is Elizabeth Holmes. Oh fuck. Is there anything else from this episode?
I can't really think of it. Like, I didn't really have a chance to, because like stuff has kind of been going crazy at my house to get ready for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, this episode, I don't know when the fuck it'll probably go up tomorrow, which will be the 23rd. Hopefully, I'll have time to go. I'm definitely gonna try to get done for the Thanksgiving.
It's like, This is a bit more like free jazz.
I really like this style of doing it. We
Yeah,
don't do it that much on the show. Like, we do it for the movies because there's a lot to cover. But, like, I feel like for this, like, sometimes you just don't want to go beat by beat. Sometimes you just want to talk
yeah,
about the
like,
big things.
like my wrist does like I guess this is a lot better for my wrist.
Uh-huh.
But and like I do like that I can kind of like if I forgot if like I suddenly remember something that happened in the episode, like I can go back, but it's like I like this sort of looser format.
Yeah, there's I don't know. Again, I'm very, very, very excited for uh more G Witch shit. I should be getting my kids for
I can't wait for the next episode, although like I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get into it because it's like it's going to be like shopping weekend and
Yay.
yeah.
We love shopping. Anyway.
That way
Anyway.
I be shopping.
You're going to love this. Trust me. Beyond tomorrow!
So we got a bit. That was the episode. A lot of great stuff. We have a Beyond Toon World today, and I don't. Okay, look. Here's the thing, listener. I don't know if we did this person before because we would have done it in Iron Blooded Orphans. Unfortunately, I keep on fucking forgetting to write down like which voice actors we do because I don't write down all of them because sometimes my co-host does. So if we talked about Natsuki Hanae before, fucking sorry about it. So this is the voice actor of Elon Saris because you gotta. It's the Elon show this week. Natsuki Hanae, born June 26, 1991 in Kanagawa, Japan. His Wikipedia summary is just very detailed about his life and career, and he has 2 million subs on YouTube with more than 500 million views, and he got COVID one time and he got better, so good for him, I guess. If we talked about this guy before, he would have been Sarah would have brought him up during our Iron Blooded Orphans coverage because he's the voice of Biscuit Griffin in that show, which is tremendous. I love Biscuit.
All right.
So sorry about all the thing with him. Yeah, right. But Natsuki Hanae's first role was in 2012 in Tari Tari, as Atsuhiro Maeda. Or I'm sorry, that's his first like starring role, not just like a background character. But he has been background characters in some decently noteworthy shows, including Doraemon, Noragami, and another weird thing Sarah brought up from Iron Blooded Orphans, the Hentai Prince and the Stony Cat, which is just a fucking landmine of a title. In 2014's Your Lie in April, he voiced Kosei Arima. In 2014's Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V, or perhaps Arc 5, he is Hokuto Shijima. Can't wait to watch that show in 6 years. 2014's Tokyo Ghoul, he is Ken Kaneki, who's the main character. I tried to watch that show and hated it.
I do not really understand, like, I was really into that when I was in high school, and I do not understand why.
Yeah, it's like, that was me in Sword Art, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I watched it, but I was like, shit, I don't even think I liked it.
Like, I have, like, a bunch of them, and I think I have, like, a bunch of shows that I was, like, Stockholm Syndrome into liking by my anime club because, like, everybody else in that one was, like, really, really pushy. Tokyo Ghoul was one of them.
Yeah, I have some work buddies who are like, oh, it got really good after the reboot. And I'm like, I'm not going to watch that much of it. Sorry. Let's see. In 2015, fucking God. 2015's Food Wars, Shogeki no Soma, whatever the fuck, he's Takuma Aldini. Obviously, like I said, 2015 Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans, he's Biscuit Griffin. In 2015 Dragon Ball Super, he is Jocko the Galactic Patrolman. Funny little alien man. In 2015's Digimon Tri and Digimon Kizuna Last Evolution, he's Takuma, or sorry, fuck, I read the wrong name. He's Taichi. He's Tai. He's the Agumon boy. We love him. He's the funny goggles man. In 2017's Fire Emblem's Echoes, Shadows of Valencia, he is Alm. He's like one of the two main characters. In 2017 video game Nier Automata, he voices none other than 9S, who is the secondary protagonist of the game. Pretty cool. In 2017, He voiced a character called Grount in the One Piece anime, who is just a character in a filler arc that I've never heard of before. Sorry, Grount. 2017's Black Clover, he is a character called Rill Boysmortar. Very good name. 2019. Yeah,
Boys?
isn't that a name?
Boysmortar.
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 Boysmoida. 2019's That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. He is Yuki Kagurazaka. In 2019, a little show called Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba. He is the main character, Tanjiro Kamado.
That's the butterfly.
God.
I do not know. Like, is he like the butterfly guy, or is that?
No. He's like the fire guy. He's the flame guy. No, maybe the fire guy. Fuck. He's the main boy. He has like that red scar on his forehead. No, the butterfly one's a different character, and she's like my favorite Hashira of the show because she's
never
like bug lady.
Oh.
I will say it is fucking phenomenal. I love it so much. It's like I highly recommend it. 2020, little show called Haikyuu. He voices Korai Hoshiyumi, who is an interesting character to say the least. He's a scary looking guy. 2020 Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s, he voices both Gakuto and Gakugen Sogetsu, who I can only imagine are perhaps twins based on the names. He is Odokawa in 2021's Odd Taxi. In 2021's Monster Hunter Rise, he voices Iori the pet handler, who is the guy you talk to recruit new cats and dogs to fight alongside you in that game, which is pretty fun. He's kind of like a Kakashi a little bit. Nice.
Wholesome.
I have a little kitty named Mint. Kicks ass in that game. 2022's Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush to the polls, he is Manabu Sogetsu. Obviously, in 2022's Gundam G-Witch, he is Elon Ceres. And in more current anime, 2022's Blue Lock, he's Iki Nico. And in Chainsaw Man, he will voice, because this character has not shown up yet, but he will voice the Shark Fiend, who's a pretty fun character. And that's Natsuki Hanae.
I'm actually trying to rewatch Iron-Blooded Orphans again, and I'm actually liking it more than I did the first time around, because now I know not to expect Lord of the Flies, but with Gundams. Also,
right, yeah.
Also, Lord of the Flies, but with mechs would really, really slap. Like, call me, Bandai. We are going to make so much money. Like, call me, please.
That's kind of...
ideas.
That's kind of like the canceled content, the third act of Metal Gear Solid 5. It's very Lord of the Flies, and also they have a big robot. Much to consider here. But before we kind of get to the close and do plugs, I believe it is my turn for Robot of the Week.
So Max, what is your Robot of the Week?
Oh, fuck. My Robot of the Week is... I've been playing a lot of Pokemon. What's a good robot Pokemon? You know what? All right. This is a new Pokemon. They did a really cool design. I'm not going to talk about like super endgame shit. This isn't like very spoilery. This is just like if you played the Poke games, you've seen it. There is this really cool brand new Steel and Poison type Pokemon called Revavroom. That is like a kind of haunted car engine. I'm pasting an image of it in Heaven so you can see it. Yeah, it's this cool. It evolves from Revroom, or perhaps Vavroom. I forget the base of his name. Revroom. It's fun. It's hard to say, but it's fun to say. It's poison and steel. It has some really cool abilities when you fight it as like a boss around the world, but when you actually get it, it's not that good, I don't think. But it's just a really cool idea of this like haunted, ghostly like car engine that like comes alive and chases you down. And that's technically a robot. So that's my answer. It's Revavroom, the Pokemon, who I haven't even caught yet, but I fought one, and it was pretty fucking cool. All right. And I'm out of water.
Y'all want another music recommendation from me? Like I already talked about Taylor Swift a bunch. Check out Charlie XCX. He had a song called Vroom Vroom, and I really like that song. So, yeah.
Vroom Vroom.
Vroom Vroom. Like, I really like I've been like doing it, and it's like, wow, like the boom clap girl really went in a direction ever since I saw The Fault in Our Stars.
Yeah, she did some cool stuff. I don't want to go to school. I just free Shavakadu. Well, hey, as we're getting to the close, Phoenix, where can we find you on the internet?
I guess like we should link to my Tumblr this time because I'm not really sure about if Twitter's going to be a thing
Yeah,
in the
really.
future. Because of Elon with an A. But on Tumblr I am at Destroy Scythe Heck, and I'm still going to plug my Twitter at Full Fringle. It's like full frontal, but it's spelled like Pringles. I don't really have a project right now. Like I'm still like really busy just with like my personal life, and hopefully I can get started on my projects again soon. And I'll actually have like an update. So yeah.
Cool. And I'm Max. I'm on Twitter at MaxyBajillion. I'm also on Tumblr at MaxyBajillion. And I mostly reblog. I don't really post, but I'm on there too. I'm on co-host at MaxyBajillion too, for what that was worth.
Okay, like I do not know what co-host is. Like I do not know. It's like
I made it as a backup. It hasn't really like popped off yet. The site kind of goes down a lot because they clearly are not used to the level of traffic they've been seeing since Twitter's exploding.
like Tumblr was probably the first social media site I was ever on, and it's like I am going to stay on Tumblr until it goes down. It's like yeah, like I'm a lifer there. Also,
Fuck, that train is loud today.
I'll follow you back now on Tumblr, but anyway, I guess we've run out of stuff to say, so
Oh, there's a little bit more. This show's on Twitter at Wow Cool Podcast. We're on Noisepace.xyz, which is a podcast network run by my friend Matt GameCube. This show also has a co-host at Wow Cool Robot on co-host. Again, that's like kind of a blank page because I haven't done anything with it yet. But it's there in case something happens to Twitter because I gotta network this show so I can get listeners and friends hanging out. Join our Discord. It's on Discord. Fuck, you know where to find it. It's in every episode description. And I think that will now do it. Listen to my other shows. They're all linked. You know what to do. So, as we always say to close,
war is bad.
Let's go, lesbians.
Let's go!